All right, so as I said, for the integration test, we are going to take some baby steps so you see exactly how everything works. So let me collapse this. And for the first step within this given section right here, we need to create an actual customer, right? So let's go ahead and simply say customer. And then let's simply say customer equals to new and then customer. Now for this customer, we need a UID as the ID, and then we need a name. So let's simply say James, and then phone number. So for the phone number, let's simply give so right here, let's simply give a phone number of 0000000, right? So this is a not phone, so this is not a valid phone number, but we're going to improve upon this so you see the whole process, right? So pretty much just end that with semicolon, and now let's go ahead and extract this ID right here because we're going to need it in a second. So let's simply say customer and an ID, right? So given an ID and also given a customer. So what we want to do here is the following. So if I open up the project tab, so remember we have this customer registration controller right here. Have a look. So this guy is actually empty, right? So this register new customer is empty. So we haven't got any implementation now. So what we're going to do is see whether we can post, right? We can post, or actually we can send a put request to this endpoint. So let's go ahead and simply for now, simply say south, and then simply say request, and then plus, and then request, right? Or in fact, I think we have a toString. So there we go. So we have a toString here, and within customer, we also have a toString. But if we don't, let's simply go ahead and simply have a toString here. So this is inside of the customer class. Select all of those. There we go. Now I can go back to the controller and simply log request, just like that, right? So now let's go back to the test, right? Now we could simply do the following, right? So to make sure that this customer registration controller is working, we could simply we could simply say private and then customer registration controller, and then simply Autowire, right? So we could do that, but we're not going to do this, right? Because by doing this, we simply Autowire the customer registration controller, right? And whenever we call the this method right here, so dot and then register, so whenever we call that method, we are not testing the actual API. We are simply invoking this method right here directly. And what I want to test is actually when I perform a put request to API v1 / customer registration and see whether the semantics of our RESTful API is working. So instead of doing this, right, we need to use mock MVC, and that's what we're going to learn how to use next.